What if the first women's WrestleMania main event ended not with Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, or Ronda Rousey, but with Sasha Banks holding the championship above all three? To make that image matter, Sasha cannot simply be inserted. She must earn it, pay for it, and let the victory reshape the entire summer. Here is the documented line. At the end of Raw on March 25, 2019, WWE had announced Rousey, Flair, and Lynch for the historic main event. Banks and Bayley were inaugural tag champions advertised for a four-way defense. The real-world record stops there. Beginning March 26, 2019, this timeline becomes entirely hypothetical. The first fictional decision is deliberately costly. Management offers Sasha one route into the main event: survive a 30-minute challenge against all three announced headliners on the final Raw. Then keep her existing tag title obligation at WrestleMania. Bayley supports the opportunity, but emphasizes that their shared championship cannot become an afterthought. The qualifier is about endurance, not conquering 3 stars before the pay-per-view. Charlotte controls the opening stretch. Becky accelerates the middle. Ronda attacks a fatigued Sasha for the final 10 minutes. Sasha never pins anyone. She survives, escaping one last armbar as time expires. The result preserves every rivalry, while establishing the fourth entrant as the woman willing to endure the impossible schedule. On WrestleMania afternoon, the story is not jealousy, it is accountability. Bayley tapes Sasha's wrist before their defense, visually reminding her that one title helped create this opportunity. Sasha's goal becomes bigger than personal glory. Defend the tag championship first, then prove that a women's main event can contain several connected stories without treating the tag division as disposable. The tag title four-way opens the stadium card. Every opposing team targets Sasha's back and arms, forcing Bayley to carry the closing sequence. Sasha intercepts the final breakup, while Bayley scores the decisive pin on an iconic opponent. The champions retain, but Sasha leaves visibly depleted. Bayley has protected their promise. Now Sasha must somehow complete hers. Hours later, the hypothetical main event becomes a four-way elimination match, giving each rivalry room to breathe. Becky eliminates Charlotte with a flash cradle after their aggression consumes them. Ronda immediately catches Becky, but Sasha breaks the hold. The match narrows into shifting alliances. Becky pursuing the breakthrough she earned, Ronda defending her crown, and Sasha chasing redemption from their Royal Rumble encounter. The decisive reversal comes when Ronda counters Becky and appears seconds from victory. Sasha attacks the damaged arm, traps Ronda in the bank statement, and prevents her escape. Becky dives back toward the hold, but arrives a heartbeat late. Ronda submits. Sasha wins the Raw Women's Championship without pinning Becky, completes the unfinished Royal Rumble story, and stands tall after wrestling twice in one night. The next night begins the consequence, not a celebration lap. Becky argues through a summarized promo that she was never defeated. Ronda invokes the rematch Sasha nearly earned in January. Bayley reminds the new champion that they remain partners. Sasha accepts Ronda first and Becky afterward, presenting her reign as a mission to remove every asterisk rather than escape behind four-way rules. At the hypothetical Money in the Bank, Bayley wins the briefcase while Sasha meets Ronda in a submission match. Sasha spends the contest attacking the arm, proving WrestleMania was strategy rather than luck. Ronda refuses to submit and passes out in the hold, giving Sasha a decisive defense without inventing an injury. Bayley enters afterward, raises the briefcase, and deliberately leaves without cashing in. Success finally collects its price. On the following Raw, exhausted champions Sasha and Bayley lose the tag titles to the Iconics after Sasha reaches for the wrong corner and Bayley absorbs the pin. There is no betrayal and no villain manufactured from friendship. The loss comes from divided priorities, leaving Bayley supportive but unwilling to remain secondary indefinitely. Becky receives her singles match at the next major event. 30 minutes, most falls wins. Becky leads early, Sasha equalizes through targeted counters. At 2 falls apiece, Becky traps Sasha as the clock expires. The draw preserves Sasha's championship, but grants no moral escape. Becky has proven she belongs at the center, while Sasha's list of unfinished business grows shorter, but more demanding. Then comes the summer's major reversal. Bayley does not ambush her partner. She announces in a summarized interview that the briefcase will be cashed in openly at SummerSlam, with enough notice for both women to prepare. Her logic is competitive, not malicious. Sasha used their partnership to reach the summit, and Bayley now expects an equal opportunity to meet her there. SummerSlam hosts a 30-minute Iron Woman match, echoing their documented takeover history without copying its story. Sasha takes the first fall through urgency. Bayley answers by exploiting the champion's accumulated fatigue. Tied 2-2, Sasha attempts one spectacular shortcut too many. Bayley counters, scores the final pin, and wins 3-2. The WrestleMania victor loses because the schedule she embraced finally catches her. Bayley offers a hand, and Sasha accepts. No heel turn is required. In this hypothetical timeline, Sasha's WrestleMania image remains historic, but its lasting value is structural. Ronda receives a decisive conclusion. Becky remains an undeniable challenger. The tag titles gain consequences, and Bayley becomes champion through an announced fight rather than an ambush. Sasha stood tall first and used that height to raise the next opponent.